Hello my cyber sisters, it's your girl Taylor back with another video. Today's video is going to be all about planning your weight loss journey. So these are just some of my tricks and tips on how I personally plan my weight loss journey, and by no means do you have to do it. This is my personal experience. If you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you can be notified when your girl posts. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So for starters, when I first started my weight loss journey, I took all my measurements, I did my weight, and then I didn't do my waist and my biceps and my legs until like a couple months later. So I really wish I would have done that. So if I could give advice to anybody who's planning their weight loss journey out right now, take measurements of everything. Take measurements of your biceps, take measurements of like your arm, take measurements of your legs, your butt, your waist, like all of that stuff, because sometimes throughout your weight loss journey, you're going to reach plateaus in your weight loss and you're going to be like, I'm not getting any progress, I'm not losing any weight, but in reality you are. It's just like muscle weighs more than fat, so you might not see it on the scale, but you'll definitely see it in your measurements. So like that makes such a difference. Also, like, take before pictures. So taking pictures throughout your process makes it so much better throughout your process, because when you take pictures, like let's say I take one right now and then I look back at it 3 months from now, I'm like, wow, my body has changed so much. Whereas like if you didn't take that picture, you may not notice it, because there are times where you're like thinking to yourself like, oh, I'm not progressing, I'm not doing enough, I'm not like getting the results that I thought I was going to get. And then you look back at your pictures and you're like, wow, like I've really been working, because your girl looks snatched, like, you know what I mean? So just make sure you're taking your measurements, your before, all that good stuff, because you don't want to forget this process. You want to love the beginning, the middle, and the end all equally, you know, so it's all a part of the process. Alright, so next off, once you get all your measurements in, you want to figure out the amount of calories that you can eat in a day that's going to maintain your body weight. Okay, so the average woman's going to need about 2,000 calories a day to maintain her body weight. But if she's trying to lose around 1 to 2 pounds a week without any exercise, she's going to lower it to around 1,500. So in order to like properly get your exact number, there's a website that I used in the beginning of my weight loss journey. It's called healthline.com. I'm going to link down below like the calculator for it and everything. And if you're not from the US and you like don't use pounds and you use the metric system, this also works for you. So it's bomb, super bomb. And so I'm going to link everything down below that I'm talking about, so you guys can go check that out. But basically, I already calculated mine on there. And so, by the way, this is not sponsored. This is literally like, I'm just telling you how you can figure out how many calories you're supposed to eat. So, I put in for what I was in January 2018, which I was 19 years old, 210 pounds, and 5'9". So what they gave me was to maintain my weight, I could eat 2,100 calories, 2,150 calories. And to lose weight, I could have 1,720. Which is like 1,720 calories. But if I wanted to lose weight faster, it would be 1,290. So that's basically just what they give you. Of course, I was the one that wanted to lose weight faster, so I started off with the 1,290 on top of working out. So what I did quickly learn with my energy levels and stuff like that is, if you're going to be working out, use the second number, which is the lose weight number. Because when you are in a caloric deficit like that, and let's say I'm eating 1,290 calories. A caloric deficit is anything under than what your body needs to maintain. So anything under 2,150 for me, even if it was 2,149, that's a caloric deficit of 1 calorie, meaning like it's just lower than what you need to maintain. That's all it is. And so the lower it is to compare to what you need to maintain, is the more weight you're going to lose. That's how weight loss works. So if you are working out, I highly suggest using the middle number, which would have been the 1,720 versus the 1,290. Here's why. So when I'm working out, I usually burn about 400 calories per workout. So if I'm doing cardio and weightlifting and stuff like that, it ends up averaging around 400 calories. So if I'm doing 400 calories to a 1,720 caloric intake, let's see what that's going to be. I wrote this down. 1,320, meaning I'm only getting 1,300 calories. So it's already putting me in a low caloric deficit, meaning I'm going to lose weight regardless, and on top of that, I've been working out, so everything's going to tone out right, versus if I did the, 1,290, and then I did the 400 calories, I would only be having 890 calories in my body. And if you know anything about weight loss, your body can go into something called starvation mode, which basically means your body's going to start holding on to any and everything that you eat just because it doesn't know when it's going to get its next meal. It basically thinks that you're starving. Let's think back in the caveman days. and you don't know where your food's coming from and you're a scavenger for your food and stuff like that, your body naturally is going to hold on to things so that you can stay alive longer. Meanwhile, putting your body in starvation mode, which is actually not the best thing if you're trying to lose weight, right? So eating and getting your calories in is extremely important, and I'm very much so pressing that. So I would just choose the middle range if you're going to be active and work out, and I would choose the lower range if you're not going to work out or be active, because then in turn you'll still lose weight. So next, you want to figure out how much weight do you actually want to lose, and like what are your goals with your body. So if you want to lose like 10, 15, 20 pounds, you know, that's very doable in a shorter amount of time than, let's say, versus 100 pounds. So once we figure out what our exact goal is, we're more clear about what we're striving for, and you're going to be able to better accommodate your goals. And once you figure out how much weight you want to lose, now we want to figure out what it is about our bodies that we want to pay more attention to. Like for me, it was my waistline. I was like, I want a small waist and I want a big butt. So I know when I'd work out at the gym, I would predominantly focus on my lower body and my butt. So that way, while I'm losing weight, I would try to weight train my butt a little bit. And, you know, you have to add in things slowly. So in the beginning, I didn't train my arms, but then I started training them later because that is another part of my body that I was very insecure with. So I started training my arms later down the road. But you just want to make sure while the weight loss process is going that you are training your body. Weight training is awesome for toning up while losing weight versus just doing straight cardio. Like I've talked to a lot of people who have started to lose weight too, and they said doing cardio and not weight training was like one of their biggest mistakes. Or if anyone has thought they could have done better in their weight loss journey in the beginning, like I just took that tip and was like, okay, I'll just weight train and see how my body goes. And I just feel like I've seen really, really good results with weight training while trying to lose weight. And we're going to definitely go more into like exercising. The next 2 videos of this series are coming out very soon, but I go into everything specifically so I'm not missing anything and you guys can get the most information you can, because there's a lot that goes into a weight loss journey. Like in my head, I could think about it and be like, oh no, it wasn't that much. But when I was writing everything down, I was like, wow, this is a lot of information. So I just split it up in 4. So there's like not any confusion. There's not any questions. You guys are getting everything right out in front of you. And like, I hope this really helps someone out there. Speaking of planning exercises, yes, you're gonna need to start planning out your workouts. So I just use my notepad sometimes, like in my phone, or I'll write them down on a piece of paper. But usually I use my phone because, like, you know, it's just way more convenient to pull out when you're at the gym. But I'll plan out, so I'll be like Monday, and then I'll write down like 5 for 25 cardio, and I'll write down the machines I'm gonna use, and I'll write down like sometimes what speed it's going to be on or what incline it's going to be on. So 5 for 25 is like 5 different machines at the gym, like an elliptical, treadmill, bike, stuff like that. 5 minutes as hard as I can on 5 of those machines. So that ends up being like 25 minutes of cardio, but you switch it up. And I really love that method because I don't get bored. And like, I just feel like it's very, very effective, especially when in the beginning of my weight loss journey, girl, I was getting snatched super quick because I was actually doing the full 25. You know, now I go in there and do the 3 for 5. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about exercise in the following videos. But next we're going to go into meal planning. So you guys know I'm obsessed. Like obsessed with meal prepping. It literally changed my life because for the longest, working out was never my problem. It was definitely eating right. My meal prepping is so awesome because whenever you're hungry, you already meal prepped your meals. You already made out what you were going to eat for the entire day, if not the entire week. So there's really no excuse for you to go out there and just, you know, go to McDonald's or go do this, because you know you have a perfectly already made meal that you may or may not just have to heat up and then eat. So it just takes all the excuses out of everything. So if you stray from that, it's just because like you literally forced yourself to stray. You have your food made for you. And the beautiful thing about meal prep is you save a lot of money, because eating out all the time gets expensive. Meal prepping, you go to the grocery store, you buy all your food for the week, and you get to cook it the way that you like. You get to season it the way that you like. It's foods that you personally chose on your meal plan. And I like to look up foods that like accommodated to my goals that I could use. Like, for example, I want a bigger butt, right? So I'm looking at foods that could give you a bigger butt. So that's like proteins like tuna, chicken, salmon, sweet potatoes. So that's a lot. And if you guys notice in a lot of my meal preps, a lot of my meal plans, those are the foods that are in there because those personally accommodate to my goals. But if you want like a flat stomach, you're going to be eating, you know, like lean meats and veggies. Like you can definitely cater this to whatever you want. Or if your goal is weight gain, you know, you can add in foods that are going to help you gain weight. just all of that good stuff. Also, when planning out your meal plan, you have to take into account your schedule. Like, are you a person that can eat 3 meals a day? Or are you a person that likes to eat like 6 small meals a day? Or are you a person that, you know, unconsciously participates in intermediate fasting, meaning like you're the person that wakes up in the morning, eats some breakfast, and then is just so consumed by their work all day, they end up eating like 1 meal at nighttime, and it's just like a huge meal. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes, where you get just caught up in the day. So you have to make sure that you know your schedule pretty well, so you'll know when you're going to be able to eat and how many meals to make, how many snacks to make, all that good stuff. And it all depends on you. So that's why meal prepping is awesome, because it's all personalized to you. You do it, you make it, you plan it out, all that good stuff. Oh, people who don't plan to fail. Simple as that. And speaking of learning your schedule and, you know, getting your food to go around your schedule, you're gonna also want to create a routine. So whether that be you have a morning routine in the morning, and then, you know, you go to work, and then you come home and you go to the gym, and then the rest of your time after the gym is like free time. Like, that's like a schedule, you know, like that's just like a basic schedule. It's like morning routine, work, and then gym. And if that's just like an everyday constant thing, it becomes routine. So it's when a day you miss the gym out of like what, the 4 days that you put that in your schedule, then it's gonna feel weird, because you're gonna start getting accustomed to it. And you have to know that when you're planning all of this out, especially for the New Year's, everyone's starting out on their new weight loss journeys and stuff like that, it's called a journey because it's not a diet. It is now a lifestyle. So whatever you're eating, like, you don't wanna make it like it's a diet. You wanna make this like, okay, this is how I'm gonna be eating for the rest of my life. So you want to make sure you're content with what's on your menu, girl, because you're going to be eating this for a very long time. Like, not just saying the foods, but like how you're eating, how much of it you're eating. Like, don't undereat in order for you to lose weight if that's really not what you're going to be content with. Like, eat till you are content, not super full, but content to the point where you're like, okay, I can do this. Like, I feel good. I feel energized. I don't feel like I'm about to pass out. I don't feel sick. Like, just to where you feel good, because food is fuel. So you're just basically fueling your body to keep going and doing what it's supposed to do. So as long as you're doing that, you're great. All right, and another thing, like when I was talking about fast food and stuff earlier, your friends are definitely going to ask you to hang out. They're definitely going to ask you to go get food and all that stuff. So if they invite you to a restaurant, that's cool. Like, you can always plan ahead and look at their menu and figure out what you want to order so you can stay on track. But, you know, if they're inviting you out to go to McDonald's or Popeyes, I love me some Popeyes. Like, who like fried chicken? Raise your hand. Yeah, I love fast food. I love, you know, fried chicken, fries, like all that good stuff. Let me stop talking. But yeah, you're going to get invited to stuff. And I just want you guys to know it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to going out, like, if it's going to help you become better and to focus on your goals. Like, you can have all the fun in the world, you know, when you feel like you got to your goal, but don't do anything that's going to make you stray away from your goal. Even if that means hanging out with your friends, you know, they'll understand, like, hey girl, I'm gonna stay in on this one because I don't want to be too tempted with that food. And if they're really your friend, they're going to be like, you know what, girl? Yes, like, I'm so happy that you're making those choices and you're just taking yourself out the equation altogether. But if it is like a restaurant where they have healthier options, like, girl, go have yourself a good time. You know what I'm saying? And if you do have a cheat day, don't try to, you know, like, don't consider it a cheat day, you know, because you can only cheat on a diet. This isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle. I remember I used to always be like, yeah, I'm having a cheat day. But like, no, not really. Like, this is actually my lifestyle, I've realized now. Because, you know, back then I was just like, I don't even know how long I'm going to do this for. But like, once you start getting into that routine, that consistency of what you eat, that consistency of you going to the gym, it becomes a lifestyle. This is how you live your life now. And, you know, when living your life, you want to go out and enjoy things. So if you want to go out and have that ice cream one weekend, why not? Like, it's not going to kill you. It's all about the balance. And I don't want you guys to ever be scared to go out there and, you know, just have fun and indulge in some good food if you want to indulge in some good food. Like, this isn't about cutting away all the good food and all the butters and all of, like, that steak. Well, steak's actually good, you know, for weight loss if you want to get, like, protein and stuff. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the burgers, the fries, the hot dogs, all that good stuff. Like, don't be scared to go out there and get that if you want that for a weekend. I'm not saying an everyday thing or even like a weekly thing, but, you know, every now and then treat yourself. That's the key. Treat yourself. Also, the only person that is accountable for your actions is you. So there is no blaming, oh, my friends gave me this food. Oh, like, my mom made me eat this whole cake. Like, she didn't make you eat that whole cake. You could have just tried it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about your decisions and how bad do you really want it? How bad do you want this? It's all mental, and then the rest of it is, you know, the planning and then the food and the exercise. Like, there's a lot of different things that go into weight loss, but it all comes down to how bad do you want it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video on planning your weight loss journey. Hopefully you guys got a more clear idea of how to plan everything out and, you know, get the gist of how I personally did it. As part 3 and 4 get posted, I'll link those down below eventually as well. Stay tuned and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you can be notified when your girl posts next. And don't forget, stay positive, stay prosperous, and stay poppin', and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Mwah.